Hello, what's up everybody? My name is Mike Brown, aka ReviewKingMB, and this is still my 31 days of horror movie reviews with Rec. Rec is a 2007 Spanish horror film that this is my very first time watching said movie, and really the only reason why I decided to watch Rec was because I watched first Quarantine. And Quarantine is the American remake of this film. And I remember when that film came out and I saw it and everything that happened, it was popular. People who saw this original movie, the movie that the American one was based on, they would say that either this is so much better or that you should just see it just in general to appreciate where the other movie came from and whatnot. And it took me some years. This film, it is in Spanish. So the whole movie, you're reading subtitles, and there's a part of me that kind of goes, ugh, do I really want to be reading subtitles for an hour and a half? Because I know some people don't mind it, some people welcome it, they like to read subtitles. I just, the idea of it is mostly what gets me kind of, ugh, do I really want to do it? And the first few minutes, yeah, you are sitting there going like, I just want to watch the movie. I just want to watch the actors. It's kind of hard to even see how good maybe the actors are if you're constantly having to read at the bottom of the screen the whole time. But I will say, after a while, you kind of get used to it and you just sort of go along with it. And it becomes part of the movie. You almost don't even realize that you're still having to read the words because you get into the movie if it's good enough. First, let me talk about the main character. She's played by Manuela Velasco. She plays Angela. She's the reporter. Her and her cameraman, Pablo, they go to the fire station and they're interviewing firefighters, and they're doing a report on a day in the life of firefighters, and they're seeing what they have to do at the station, what their way of living is. And when they get a call, they go, let's go with them. Let's kind of document all of this. And they get a call to go to this apartment building. And at this apartment building, it's initially because this old woman was sick and they have to take care of her, but it's not too long before they realize that she's not really just sick. There's something more going on here, something creepy and messed up. And then they get sealed off. They get blocked into this apartment building. The cops outside aren't letting them leave. They've been sealed off. It's almost for safety reasons until shit really starts hitting the fan and it becomes a game of survival. It becomes, let's try some way to get ourselves out of here. Now, what I thought of Rec was, it's funny because at the end of the day, this plot and really everything that happens in this movie is the same exact thing that happens in the American version. So I've seen the American version years and years ago. I've seen it maybe a handful of times. And so technically I kind of knew everything that was going to happen here, right? It's virtually the same exact movie. But for some reason, maybe it's just been a while since I've seen Quarantine, but there were still moments that got me. There were still moments in this movie that surprised me or just got me anxious, and the tension being there. This movie works. It works on a lot of levels. First things first, this main actress, Manuela, who plays Angela, I really enjoyed her. She was very likable when she was just kind of having fun with the firefighters, and there was even moments where she kind of said this might be boring because there's not much going on. This firefighters, it's not as exciting as she thought it was going to be, and I appreciated that moment. But when they're in the building and they're sealed off there, and when people start getting infected and it's kind of chaos, it's clearly a zombie movie at that point. One of the infected people attack her and she freaks out so much. The camera, because this is all found footage. I don't know if I mentioned that. This is all found footage, and the cameraman puts the camera down so we can't even see her. We can just hear her. We're hearing her, and she's hysterical. She's freaking out. She's screaming, I've been bit, I've been bit. And the cameraman's trying to, like, Pablo, he's trying to tell her, no, you haven't. I saw it. You didn't get bit. And she's freaked out. She's, I've been bit. I was bit. And that moment really won me over with her, because I thought, wow, she's really selling this for me. I'm really buying that she's in this situation, that she is that afraid to get bit or that afraid to die. And from there, I was with it. Like I said, it's found footage, and that's always, if found footage, it can be a tricky thing. Sometimes it's annoying, sometimes it's shaky and just makes your head hurt, and sometimes you can watch a movie and just tell that it's only there for the cheapness. It's only there because it's the easiest way, in some cases, to make one of these horror movies. But when the found footage works, it works. It adds to the atmosphere. It adds to the realistic tone that this movie has. You sort of buy it. You go along with it. It does seem like, as implausible as the premise may be, as crazy as everything gets, you go along with it because it seems and looks real. I love the moments when they kind of slow down and they interview every person in the building just to kind of get a heads up on their situation and what they think about what's going on. Because even though it's quick, they did allow us to spend time with these people so that we kind of have at least some feeling about who they are before they, of course, die. Now, like I said, I've seen the American version, Quarantine. I've seen it, and I pretty much knew where the movie was going and all the events that happened. But for some reason, when somebody got bit, or when somebody died, or when something big happened, when infected people, zombies, whatever you want to call them, show up, it still got me. It was like the surprise factor was there. I was impressed with the movie for me already knowing what was going to happen, that it still was able to have that effect on me. I liked all of that. And then, of course, towards the end of the movie, where the shit hits the fan and when these infected people, zombies, really start getting into high gear, I love that the camera is, for the most part, from what I can tell, in one shot. Lots of playing up with shadows and darkness and closed off spaces, claustrophobic. All of my fears, zombie infection, infected little girl running around, and all of my fears wrapped up into one movie. Again, it works on a scary level. It works in a realistic level. It's a pretty messed up movie. It's a pretty freaky movie. Let me know in the comments below if you've seen the original Spanish version. Let me know in the comments below, what do you think is better, Rec or Quarantine? I'll probably rewatch that and review it as well. So guys, thanks for watching. Like, comment, subscribe. Later! Please won't you save my desires on fire. Sometimes you need a little piece at home. So wired, come follow me and I can want you. Come follow me and take a trip to the dark side. Wait.